Hello, thanks for joining me. As promised, another video. This one's going to be more about just a post UFC fight night, Vegas with the Rozenstruik versus Gane video, which I watched live. Stayed up late till about 4:30 for that. Well, 5 to be honest, because like I did a couple of things after that, but yeah, talk about that on this video. A few other fights on that card. I mean, generally speaking, I've heard a lot of people say this card's shit, and people are really bored with the fights. But yeah, some of them weren't as action packed as your typical fight, and yeah, the card isn't great. Uh, Especially following the uh, few cards that were quite stacked this year, and compared to Usman, that card wasn't too stacked, but um, anyway, I thought the fights were average. Some of them were pretty good. Pedro Munoz versus Junior Rivera wasn't too bad, and Montana De La Rosa versus Mira Bueno Silva wasn't too bad either. I mean, it really depends. I mean, there were a couple fights where, and it was also late here. I was tired. I did a lot of lifting yesterday, so I was really feeling fatigued. But there's a couple times where I was, feeling like I was about to doze off. But yeah, and I'm not gonna say when that was. Yeah, the main event. Oof, what am I gonna say? So Cyril Gane took the win, which I'm happy about. I bet against Cyril Gane, but only because the odds were quite good for what I bet at. And there wasn't really a big bet. It was just whatever, like $20. And I bet on Jorginho winning by knockout. And if I won, I would have gotten like €100 on $20. So, it was whatever. I'm happy Cyril Gane won because he gets to build on that undefeated record. And also, it's good to have when you're kind of early, I think, in your career, or when you're building up as a big name, to have these kind of fights where you can learn and you can look back and be like, oh shit, you know what? Like I can't do that again. I feel like Francis Ngannou had that when he fought Derek Lewis. If that's sort of similar to what I'm saying, a similar situation. Yeah, it's the same situation to what I'm saying actually. This is where a fighter can look back and he won, right? So that's awesome. And the thing is, Francis lost that fight. But he won this, and it's an opportunity for him to actually look at his performance and say, hey, this is I think, yeah, certainly the biggest challenge he's had in the heavyweight division so far, right? And he didn't perform that well. So it's kind of a wake up call or an opportunity to be a wake up call for Cyril Gane. Jairzinho Rozenstruik as well. I did see the fight video he posted. It was very short, just about you know how he felt. It was the worst performance he's had. Fair enough. It was pretty. I would say it was bad. It was just my opinion. It was. Nobody was really taking a lot of risks in that fight, and Jairzinho, I think more so, was playing it safe. And I could tell that, he has a few techniques that really work, and he was trying them and they weren't really effective, I would say, against Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is such a good technical fighter in striking. I feel like Jairzinho should have changed his approach early on. Perhaps I'm not sure, but he seemed to have not really been too diverse with his approach, right? It was really just his very defensive, counterpunching stance. But I wouldn't count the guy out. I mean, look, you're allowed to have a bad fight, I think, professional, amateur, whatever level. Um, I'm, I don't think either fighter went into this expecting the fight to be the way it was, and really, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I was entertained watching it. I could have been more entertained, certainly, and there were points where I felt like, our, I saw like there was sometimes you hear the commentators saying they have a lot of respect for each other, but sometimes really just a couple they don't know how to approach each other, and they don't want to take risks against each other because they're both fucking studs that can knock each other out. So what can you do? These things happen. I mean, you know. Um, but what's extra Cyril God? Well, look, I would put my consensus on the heavyweight division is that it's not a very strong division, to be honest. It's great that John Jones is going up and adding that sort of talent to the pool. I mean, without John Jones right now, you have Steve. Obviously, he's top level. Francis Ngannou's top level. Derek Lewis certainly. Curtis Blades, I would say he is top level, but yeah, he's top level. So that's four people, right? Rozenstruik, he could be. Let's see on his next fight. Alexander Volkov, he beat Overeem, right? I wouldn't call it top level. Sirgan, yeah, he's top level. Um, and there's a few people I'm watching outside of the 15, but that's about it. What do you got? Six guys, including John Jones, who are top level in the division. That's not very good. These other guys, man, I don't know. They're just big. Like Alistair Overeem, man, he's in six, and he should be retiring. What the fuck's going on? There's Junior Dos Santos. He's 12. He should be retiring too. I mean, I'm sorry to sound like a dick, but these guys have lost a lot lately. Bad, like, and they're the top fighters of the consecutive losses. Like, how many? Alistair Overeem's been like knocked out four times straight, dude, and he's a freaking sixth ranked guy. That's a problem. Anyway, um, yeah, Cyril Gane, great fighter, man. I think he's after this, seeing him in this fight, it's a bit disappointing, but you can't deny the guy's undefeated and he's moving up the ranks. This is going to be an opportunity for growth for the fighter. 8-0. Who's he going to fight next? That's a good question. I would expect him to be going up against someone like Alexander Volkov would be a good fight for Gane, I think. Or even Curtis Blades um, would be great. And by then, if he beats Curtis Blades, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a title shot at that point. Um, it's definitely too early, I think. Depends on circumstances. I mean, look, the UFC, especially given the situation where you have a division that is lacking in beasts, right? Um, he could he could just jump into a title shot in his next fight if someone you know breaks a toe bone or gets knocked out in their thing, gets COVID, who knows, right? But great, I'm happy. I'm happy because yeah, it's a European rising. Some sorry about that. Someone, a neighbor of Spain. A Frenchman. So that's great. Good for him. Uh, I heard that Dana White was not too happy about the fight. I mean, look, man, I feel like you got to be a bit more sensitive. These are, despite what it seems, they took a lot of shots from each other. It's not easy going in there. One top level fighter after the other. And yeah, it's fine to make your opinion known, but um, I feel like I don't. I hope Cyril Gane just hears that. I mean, he did. They did. There. I also saw him in the post fight interview, and the press told him about what Dana White was saying. And it was supposed to be his coming out party, and he didn't. He blew it or whatever. And it's like, look, man, you go up against Jorginho in the fucking octagon. See how good you look, Dana. Um, and yeah, I know you look jacked, bro, Dana, with your big arms and your thick neck lately, but Jarzinho will fucking eat you like a little cupcake, little chocolate fudgy cupcake. Just that's what's gonna happen to you, Dana. Um, against Jarzinho. So shut the fuck up with that. Honestly, Cyril Gane, man, just look, take it, learn from it. Uh, Prepare for your next fight, buddy, and represent Europe, man. What other Europeans? Well, we got Volkov. He's Russia. I mean, I wouldn't even really say that's Europe. Overeem, huh, yeah, you're going down, Overeem. So don't represent Europe anymore. Yeah. So Cyril Gane's our new European representative at the heavyweights. So I'm happy about that. What else happened? Yeah, well, as you probably already know, I mean, I'm not posting this too recently after, but yeah, you have the draw with Montana De La Rosa and Mirna Bueno Silva. I mean, that was a decent fight. Nikita Kirlov, I was rooting for this guy. I found this fight a little boring. Um, but yeah, Caceres took the win against Kevin Croom. Pedro Munoz. The Jimmy Rivera one, I feel like that could have been a draw as well. Not sure. I'm not sure what I was looking at, but that's how I felt. Unanimous decision. Mm. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next weekend for the. That's going to be a very stacked card, and I'm sure it's not going to be something that puts me to sleep. Um, yeah, looking forward to that one. And yeah, that one starts a bit later. I might actually take a sleep before that event. So it starts at 4 a.m., right? Or not, because the prelims, I want to catch those two. We'll see. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. Um, but yeah, thanks again for joining me at for the second video I posted tonight. I might think about posting a third one. Got an interesting topic I wanted to post about. We'll see. We'll see. I got a couple things I got to do right now though. So yeah, let's see how I feel after those. But yeah, thanks for joining me for this short video. Post fight comments on UFC Vegas. Gone with a victory. And Yeah, please like the video, comment, please share with your friends. I would really appreciate that. I'll be posting more videos about training soon, perhaps some videos on my physique, which I've been kind of holding off on. Maybe some more shadow boxing videos, uh, and maybe some videos on how I do my jump rope, which I'm really proud of. I'm working really hard. I do a lot of jump rope. I've been kind of slowing down since um, my foot situation. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Already had it looked at by a doctor. Already had an X-ray done. So now I'm gonna have my third thing, which is the doctor looking at it, the X-ray. And I mean, the foot's it's still kind of swollen up, and I could still feel the pain in it. So it's definitely broken or fractured or who knows what. So yeah, let's see what he says, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I mean, um, almost like getting every all these little like dings in my body, these little problems, and you know this and that fixed. So it's yeah, soon I'll be in 100% great health. You know, just fixing these little things. You know, they pile up. You know, you have a little pain here. You have a busted but like a fracture here and a freaking torn this, and they all pile up, man. So you got to take care of these things. You got an infection in your ear. You got like a freaking tooth that needs to be removed. All of this stuff, man. Like, I don't have the tooth or the ear, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, going off topic now. Thanks again, guys, and have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Bye bye.